TC Title Guy podcast, early April. It's actually pretty nice out today. It's, I don't know, 50 degrees, sunshine, light breeze. I think that we are done with the freezing temperatures. The last couple of nights have been pretty cold. I haven't shot a podcast in a little while. Shout out to Big Moose Inspections, Andrew Nation. I think in his owner, I can't remember his name. I apologize because I accidentally deleted their show. So I make mistakes. I'm a human being, right? And so I'm gonna have to redo that show. But this is the next show since right before spring break that I've shot. So I apologize for accidentally deleting their show. But we will be interviewing them again as a second inspection company on the TC Title Guy podcast. It was a great interview, but I apologize. I accidentally deleted it off my phone somehow. Anyway, today we are at Genisys Mortgage in Cadillac, Michigan, Wexford County. I have Dale Walker, Trevor Meek, and Bruce Meek right here with me. Dale specializes in reverse mortgages, and then Bruce and Trevor specialize in refinance and purchase with buyers. So they are the second financial institution I've interviewed down here in Wexford County. They have a great outfit here. I have a good relationship with them. I've known them for a while. They have a lot of good book of business for realtors and other people in the local market in Northwest Michigan. I guess it's probably in the whole entire state. So we're going to talk with them today about what they specialize in, who they are as individuals, and so Bruce is the first CEO, owner, correct?
Yeah, Kim and I own the business.
Okay,
so, yeah.
Okay. So tell me about Genisys Mortgage. How did it get started?
Yeah, my wife Kim was a loan officer with Northwestern Bank, and that was back in. She left them in '99. We had our youngest son. And she wanted to still bank, but she wanted to still be a mother. So we started a small home business, Genisys Mortgage, right out of our basement, our home in Cadillac here. And she knew a lot of people, and I got into the business I started helping her with the business as far as the business side, but I got into the mortgage side just about a year later. And I was a district manager for Quality Farm and Fleet all over northern Michigan. Mm-hmm. And anyways, long story short, here we are 27 years later, and we've grown and grown. We've got an office in Traverse City. We've got an office downtown Traverse City.
Where's your office location, Traverse City?
301 West Front. So
okay.
It's right there by the river.
Okay, because you guys used to be on Barlow.
We were on Barlow for a while.
Yep.
Was it 2 years ago we moved?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 years ago we moved.
Good move.
And the business is mobile now. I mean, all of our applications are online. All of our closings, we do online closings. I mean, wow. There's a title company, but it's usually 10 minutes of wet sign and you're done.
Nice.
And that's really worked well for us. But what we're all about is just simply delivering the best possible mortgage service. I mean, we've got a great Google rating. We've got great experience.com ratings. A+ rating, Better Business Bureau. I mean, we've got all those things, but we also have the technology. We're backed up by Mortgage 300, which is a company out of Palm Beach, Florida, and they're our parent company. We operate with their umbrella, and it's been a great marriage because we've got tremendous buying power. One of the top FHA lenders in the state, one of the top RD lenders in the state, growing VA business. So yeah, that's kind of an overview. We're not out to be the biggest. We are to be the best. We want to make sure that our loans we have a 98% close rate. If we take application, it's going to close. There's those weird things that can happen at the end. That's that 2% that might not happen. But unless the person backs out or something like that, we're closing those loans.
Tell me about the history of 27 years and what you've seen in the marketplace.
Wow.
That's a lot of history, but like previously going through like the Great Depression of the 2000s to COVID through to now, what would you say, I don't really know how to word this question, but if you can get what I'm getting at, compared to then, compared to now.
I'll give you a couple of instances that are big differences. So in 2005 and 2006, the top two USDA rural development loan counties in the United States, Grand Traverse was number one, Wexford County was number two. I haven't seen a rural development loan in Grand Traverse County in probably 15 years. It's totally changed, the complete change of the Grand Traverse market.
Yeah.
Wexford County is still...
Put that into layman's terms for our audience.
Yeah. So USDA has a loan program. Most people know it as RD. It's 100% financing. I like to call it the VA loan for non-veterans because it's patterned very much after the VA loan.
Yeah.
Has an upfront funding fee called a guarantee fee, but it's basically a zero down loan. That was huge. That was huge back in the 2005, 2006 run in Traverse City, but Traverse City has morphed totally different market.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like the last 3 years, it's been mostly conventional, because that's with the market we had, cash and conventional, and just the rocketing business we've seen. We've written mostly conventional loans the last 2 to 3 years, but we are now seeing he and I are both very busy right now. He's all over the state. I'm pretty much in the general Cadillac Traverse City area. We're definitely seeing a little bit of a switch in the market. We're seeing a few more RD deals, FHA deals, a couple of VAs sprinkle in, and we're getting some accepted offers on those. So that tells me the market is shifting.
Does that mean, in my mind, I'm seeing people that are saying, "Oh, we wanted to wait for this crash in the market," but now they're like these buyers are finally realizing, "Oh, well, you know what? I think these prices are here to stay."
I think you're pretty close. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. I've got a drawer full and a file on our disks, hard drives. We've got tons of buyers that have come to us over the last 3 years, and unfortunately, they've been shut out just because of lack of inventory. I mean, right now, talking to local people, we figure between Wexford, Missaukee County, Lake City, Cadillac, in this area alone, we're probably short 500 to 800 homes. That's how desperate it is. I mean, it's a real desperate situation. We've seen a migration of folks from Grand Traverse County who can't afford in Grand Traverse County coming down to Wexford.
Yeah.
Manton, Buckley, Kingsley. I mean, we've got Casey and Tanya in that area. They're busy because that's a booming area. You got one person works in Cadillac, one person works in Traverse City. They want to live in the middle. Right. That can be tough. So we're hoping that builders are hearing this because there needs to be a lot more construction.
Here's the we're not going to say names, right? I work with a lot of builders, sure. But here's the thing: they're going to go where the money is. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. Yeah. Although I have talked with some people in the past that have talked. There are several different organizations or builders potential opportunities to create affordable housing. And I don't really want to go into too many details. These are just basically mainly ideas right now. A lot of it would be really nice modular homes. Absolutely. And you guys can finance those too.
We can. We do financing all the time on modulars. Yeah. Single wides, double wides, and bogus. We do them all. So as long as it's after 1976, we're good. Right. So But no, I don't know. You ask a big question there because this market. I mean, I've been working in the Traverse City area. He went to school in Traverse City. I was up. It's my son. I've been up there for 30 years, and seeing it's just changed so much. It's great because it's growing. Yeah. But it does bring up challenges and stuff like that. Yeah. We've been successful in 27 years because our tagline is friendly, truthful home loans. It's simple, but that's what we are. Yeah. Friendly, truthful home loans. That's what we do. And we started, we've got Dale on board. Dale used to be he was one of the managers of the city of Cadillac and also was the chief financial officer. He did some work in other parts of the country, came back and retired, decided he didn't like retirement. Yeah. I've known him for years. He said, "You got anything?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "We're doing a lot of reverse mortgages now."
So I'm going to come over to you here, Dale. Piggyback off of that. Sure. Give me the history, like a generalized statement, where in layman's terms, where our audience can understand. There's a lot of misconceptions about reverse mortgages, as I know. There are. So talk to me about that. What would a reverse mortgage be good for somebody, and what are some of the connotations out there about what people are, how they think that they're educated about in this retrospect, but they're not. Go ahead.
Right. It's not for everybody, but it is for a few that really need it, and it's important. The big issue is that in the past, it was misused. And now the federal government has come in and said, we'll handle a lot of it, insurance and all the surrounding events with that. And so it's a tool for those in our area.
What is a reverse mortgage?
It's a part of your mortgage for your house. If you own a home, you're over 62. Those are the qualifications.
Okay.
And you get a portion of your mortgage or your equity of your home out, and you can have cash. Do with it whatever you would like to do.
Okay, and then what are some of the misconceptions why people would think it would be bad?
Because in the past, we've had some unscrupulous mortgage people,
Okay,
bankers.
so
And-
one person ruined it for everybody else, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. So that's the image we have to fight now. And
Okay.
now we're trying to bring it to the table and say, in this environment, in this day and age, it's important for seniors to be able to retire and to do it financially healthy,
And I understand that.
without stress.
I understand the HUD is very important to you, right?
Yes.
We specialize in the HUD.
Yes.
Just so you know,
Good.
I have my processor Rochelle. She's fantastic. Shout out to you. I call her my quarterback.
Your
And
quarterback's good then.
soon to be Katie. Shout out to Katie or Royo. She'll be another new processor. We got a new closer, Kim. Shout out to you as well. Former real estate agent. But I want to get over to Trevor.
One of the things that I've been focusing on over the last year is kind of instilling some confidence in the average home buyer. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about buying a home in general. I grew up in this business, my father and mother starting it years ago, and even when I bought my first home, I was very, unaware of everything that goes into buying a home. And thankfully, I had a good loan officer here at Genisys that, guided me through the entire thing and made the process very simple. So I speak with a lot of buyers that are that end up being discouraged about their situation. They're a little nervous. It's not a comfortable feeling having somebody go through your finances and see what you can and can't qualify for. I've been there, done that, and I totally understand the feeling. But the big thing that I want people to know is prices are not going to be coming down realistically anytime soon.
Right.
There's just too much demand for housing and not enough supply. So
Right.
naturally, these prices are going to be staying. And
Yeah.
if you're looking for the next interest rate drop, the one that we had 4 years ago was more of a fluke than anything else.
Right.
These rates are relatively high to the COVID era. However, relative to 2009 and even years past, these rates are actually pretty normal for mortgages. Interest rates by design are to obviously get the bank money for lending large amounts of cash to buy a home, but they're also designed to keep tabs on inflation with home prices because homes and mortgage-backed securities are one of the biggest securities in the United States. It's a big part of our economy. So these rates are here to stay by design in kind of that 6 to 7% range until we start to see factors like inflation come down or unemployment come down where they can be more of a comfortable level at like the 5% range.
Not trying to get political, but it didn't help that we bombed Iran recently.
Well,
Just saying.
this is a good indicator. This is a good example of how interest rates are not controlled by what the Federal Reserve does. They loosely follow what the Fed does. So everybody looks for when Powell's going to lower interest rates, but they're more sensitive to what's going on in the economic world, and not even just the economy. Foreign wars, anything that has an impact on our economy is going to have a direct result on rates. If you want a good metric to follow with what are rates doing, you follow the 10-year U.S. Treasury bond yield. If that goes up or down, you can bet that mortgage rates tend to go up and down as well. So don't be discouraged. Don't wait for interest rates to drop or home prices to drop. It's probably not going to happen.
Although they are, let's just say they I'm going to talk about this on the show before, they are elevated pre-COVID substantially.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from that concept of if something's been sitting on the market for some time, you couldn't offer 10 to 15% under price.
Absolutely. You do not need to offer full asking price. Actually, we're seeing a lot of deals where people are asking $10,000 less and seeing, if they can bring some negotiation to the table.
Unless you're looking at a situation where it's priced correctly.
Yes.
then you
It's a-
should listen to your advisors,
Yep.
Realtors.
Well,
real estate
more
agent or
importantly-
mortgage lender,
Yes.
and say, hey, look, I would not turn down this deal. I would offer asking or whatever the situation may be.
your realtor is trained in this area. Take their advice as to what you should and should not offer. They're trying to get you an accepted offer just as much as you want to have it. So your mortgage advisor, yes, they can offer some input, but your realtor is also a very they're a very important component to the whole measure.
Trevor Knapp said it perfectly. He's like, I'm an advisor. I'm gonna advise you in the direction that I think you should go to get the best to get the best deal, what's in the best interest of you as an individual. And I think that a lot of real estate agents should be more known as advisors.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with mortgage lenders as well.
We try to advise. Our goal is to get you a loan, but
Looking out
also
for the best interest of the person,
and
the couple, whatever.
And if you come to us and let's say your situation is not as good as you had hoped, we can point you in the right direction to get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
So the big thing I want to stress to people is just give it a try. If you're interested in buying a home, talk to a lender, talk to a realtor, and see what your options are, because you never know until you talk with a professional.
Yeah.
I'd like to jump in
Go
on
ahead,
something
Bruce. Yeah.
because this kind of segues into something that I would like to say. You asked about Genisys Mortgage and what's kind of made us strong. We do have something that we are known for, and in this market, it is growing because people are starting to realize that there are some real experts in the business. So everybody's seen the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a golden ticket. And our golden ticket is that we are experts at some programs that all banks are set up to do, but very few do them. And it's because there's no money in it for them. And banks won't do things that there's no money to be made. And it's just reality. We looked at it a little differently. Northwestern Bank was here for years. And Northwestern Bank was one of the top mortgage credit certificate lenders in the state of Michigan. When they went boots up, and they did, sadly, we had a situation where there was this program that the state has. It's a federal out tax credit, and there was nobody issuing it. I jumped in with her, and we marketed that we would build this into all of our loans.
Okay.
So Governor Whitmer signed legislation last year, which is really, really amazing. Used to be that to get a mortgage credit certificate, and very simply what it is, it's a 20% interest tax credit. So if you're making your payment on a conventional mortgage and you've got an MCC, when you file your taxes, 20% of that interest that's on your Form 1098 coming back, you're getting back as a federal fully deductible tax credit or refund. It's amazing. And it's amazing that there are people buying homes in Michigan right now that don't know about this program that could be getting back 20% of all the interest. It all boils down to, do you know the program or do you not? We have the program. In fact, we have been the top lender in the state of Michigan for the last 10 years. We've been in the top 1, 2, or 3 in the last 10 years, all over the state. There are programs out there that can make what Trevor said, buying a home in this market where the rate's kind of settling in that 6 to 7 range, 6.46 this morning on a 30-year conventional. That's the national average this morning. I think we're going to get some help here with the 10-year. It looks like it's dropping a little bit this morning. So we may see a little easing coming up in the next week or two. But when you can get 20% of all the interest back, and Governor Whitmer, to her credit, gets her credit, she expanded the new limit on the house. You can go up to $544,300 and get a 20% tax credit. And this is simply you paying less taxes to Uncle Sam in the state of Michigan. I mean, that Uncle Sam specifically. That's a hell of a deal. And if you're smart and you take that 20%, just put it back on the principal as a principal reduction, you don't have a 30-year mortgage anymore. Your amortization might be 30 years, but you're actually looking at maybe a 21, 22-year loan. Now, most people
That's not to say that you wouldn't put any additional money on top of that.
Absolutely. Knock it down even more. The average person moves about every 7 to 8 years. So you might not be there the whole time, but the whole point is you're building equity faster. But I think a lot of banks like to poop out this, oh, you don't want to do that. And the bottom line is Governor Whitmer removed all the obstacles last year. So now you can be a family of 3 making $139,000 in Grand Traverse County. You qualify. That's a lot of people in Grand Traverse County, $139,000 household income. That's not bad. And she also bumped it up to 5 acres instead of 2 acres. So there's a program out there that can make what he's talking about. Rates have kind of settled. I think they're a healthy rate, frankly. I think 6, it's a healthy rate. He's correct. I think we'll basically see prices kind of, they're slowly kind of dropping, but there's no crash. We don't have enough homes. It's that
Right.
simple.
Right.
So when you talk about these situations and someone's saying, gosh, I wish rates were lower, well, you can help make the rate lower. So anyways, I wanted to throw that in there because this is something that we've been using for years. And frankly, it's one of the reasons why we've been around for 27 years. Because people who are in the know that we can do things that the other ones just aren't going to do. So I want to throw that out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I see you have some notes there.
I actually want to just throw out, I want to pigeon off of what he said on Heckham's. The things that the new reverse mortgage, it's called a home equity conversion mortgage. And that's one of the many products we have for reverse mortgages. We have proprietary products too, but we like the home equity conversion mortgage. There's a lot of seniors that are pinched right now. You've got a situation out there where you've got seniors that are trying to live on Social Security. That's a tough nut to crack right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't designed that way, and there's a lot of seniors out there that are really asking questions about how am I going to make it in this new inflationary environment. The home equity conversion mortgage changed 3 things. Number 1, that home is always in your name. That's a big misconception. People think that it's automatically in the bank's name. That is not true. This is simply a mortgage, no different than a regular mortgage. You'll never owe more than the home's worth. If you live to be 130 years old and your home may be worth $400,000 down the road, but the home equity conversion mortgage, you've used up all the equity because you've lived to be 130 years old, and the loan has risen to $500,000. Well, the mortgage insurance you pay up front with the home equity conversion mortgage takes care of that. Your kids will not be left with negative equity. And again, I'm not trying to sound too many bank words here. We can break it down for anybody that's interested. But that was a big thing. And then another big thing is you have people where the husband may get a reverse mortgage in the past, and then he dies and his wife wants to stay in the home, but now she's got to refinance his reverse mortgage debt. Who wants to get a new mortgage at 75 years old just to stay in your home? The mortgage insurance the government put in place takes care of that. She can be younger, not on the loan, but she can stay in the home until she passes away. So there's 3 big things that the home equity conversion mortgage changed in the whole reverse mortgage world. And yes, there were a lot of problems in reverse mortgages. I didn't even want to get into them at first, but I did my homework.
Yeah.
Found out what a financial planner had told me that I should get into them.
Yeah. Found
out that all those things were true. I'm not trying to diss on the government, but even the blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. They got it right this time. They got it right. So bottom line is, I think people should talk to people like Dale. I'm actually a reverse mortgage specialist myself, and I'm actually training. We have offices in Ohio and in Florida, and I'm training those people on reverse mortgage, those loan officers.
Oh yeah, that's something I don't mention very often with them when I'm with loan officers on the show. You mentioned Ohio.
Yeah.
You mentioned Florida. So what sites are you licensed in as well?
We are in those 3 states. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Genisys, we primarily focus on Michigan, but our
Right.
Mortgage 300 company, we've got offices in Florida, Ohio, and in Michigan.
Okay, so you can
And
refer business.
Absolutely.
Or do you guys do transactions in those states specifically?
He does. He has done them, yes.
Okay.
He has done them.
Okay.
He was actually in Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't really doing much, so. But we've as a major company, we focus on those 3 states because there's just a lot of growth up and down 75. Tremendous amount of growth. And we don't need to be everywhere. We want to be focused where, like I said, you go where good money is and good business and helping people out is.
Yeah.
Yep. Our team has loan officers that specify in these other states. So if somebody wants to buy in Florida, we have a loan officer down there that will help them out, that is familiar with, getting their loan set up, that's familiar with the area, realtors, property taxes, everything you need to know. So if it's something out of state, we will recommend a good loan officer of our team.
Dale does reverse mortgages in Florida. So
Okay.
he's
I
licensed
did. I
in
lived
Florida.
there for a while.
He lived there.
What part?
Central.
Okay. My parents have a place in Port Charlotte.
Oh,
But our main offices
Right
are
now.
they're in Palm Beach, and
Okay.
that's where our main offices are.
Okay.
I'm spending a little more time each year, 4 or 5 weeks. We have a place in Marco Island, so
Okay.
Florida's great. Florida's great. It's good to be on both ends of the 75.
Dude, I can't get anywhere right now. I'm I'm bound to Michigan, which is fine.
I'm always glad to come back.
I
But
love
it's-
Michigan, but with the kids, it's just like,
Yeah.
and this guy knows he's got twins.
Yeah, January is a good time to take a break. But I this is my office. These guys know I work from Florida.
Yeah.
I work right from the. If I'm down there relaxing, I'm still working.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah.
But no, I think that kind of gives a good overview of who we are, what we're about. We're here. I mean, I'm 65. I can get a reverse mortgage. I could retire. I have no desire to retire. I
Love your job?
I love this business. I'm working with my son. I'm working with Dale. We've got a team. We had our Trevor City people here yesterday.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the business. Yeah, there's days. There's days where it's I got to deal with this thing, but they're fairly minor.
Same thing with my business. There's a few things that I can't stand, but I love my job.
I like your energy. When I
appreciate
saw
that.
you interview Trevor, I wanted to have you in here because I like your energy.
He's a good dude. He's a good
He's a
cat.
great dude.
Getting.
He's actually a neighbor. He's right around the corner from where I live. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I getting drumming a little bit of business in the Wexford County area.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot since I've seen you. It's been quite a big road. I've learned a lot of new ways to add value to people in
Well,
the industry.
you were very helpful in keeping us informed of what was going on with that whole situation.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Alex-
we're referring to the Wexford County fraudulent hack of 2025. 24, 25 or just 25?
It's 25.
25,
Well, it
yeah.
actually was late 24 into 25.
Yeah, the whole county got shut down.
It's a mess.
No real estate transactions were going on for 6 months unless you eventually had a prior owner's policy that the title company could figure it out, or a loan policy. It's a long story, but we're all back up and running now. Everything's good to go. But somebody got fired.
You did a good job. You earned your stripes with me because you kept me informed, and you had.
Well, it's good to know because you guys live the court, the
Yeah.
ROD's like right over here.
Yeah,
You know.
you did a good job of finding out, and you would text me and say, "Hey, and I like that. I like that. You provided a benefit."
Yeah,
and,
I appreciate that.
Well, that's how you go out and grow business there. Stuff like this, letting
Yeah.
people know about these different places. And
Yeah.
things. And by the way, I want to let you know, there's a lot of good lenders out there. I want to tell you, I'm friends with most of my competition. And I was up and talking to Ian at the chili cook-off. We probably spent a half hour catching up on stuff.
Ashton.
Ian
Yeah,
Ashton.
he's been on the show.
And,
Yeah.
Ian, we're competitors. And but we're both Michigan. You're Michigan.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
National
We're
champions.
enjoying
Oh
it.
yeah, by the way, national champions, Michigan basketball.
Well, I went to Ferris, so I'm a champion on both sides. I mean, my football,
Yeah, but
our football team is
Dude,
awesome.
they've been so good the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
It's been
so
fun.
good.
But no, we're having fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
This is a fun thing. I appreciate you coming down.
Recommendation for
Yeah.
Genisys Mortgage for the audience, those people that are listening to the show. And they have buyers that are looking for additional opportunities to save money and products that other people aren't talking about. Reach out to these guys, Bruce, Trevor, Dale, for reverse mortgages, and these guys for purchase or reverse. But he'll get referred to Dale
Absolutely.
over here. Is there anything else you guys want to mention?
No, I
How do we get in
appreciate-
touch with you?
Yeah. GenisysMortgage.com. That's a great website. You can go. We have apps. Like I said, you're going to probably take your application on the phone. You're probably going to close most of your docs on the phone. Your visit to a title company is probably going to take about 10, 15 minutes, maybe a couple of wet signs, shake some hands, kiss some babies, and get your keys. So we try to make it. We've got the big tech science, but we've got the small town and the friendly
They're
atmosphere.
right downtown here.
Right downtown Cadillac.
Right, so that's Mitchell.
Yep.
Right, and then
Right.
there. This is
This is
Nelson.
East Nelson.
Yep,
But
so they're
you
right
can
downtown
see our office.
Cadillac.
You can see our office from downtown, and then we're right downtown Traverse City. My loan officers meet my clients right there at our clients at 301 West Front. So, yeah.
cool. Well, thanks guys for being on the show today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. This is Alex Eicher, TC Title Guy Podcast. Please be sure to like and subscribe below. Look out for the next episode coming up, and everybody have a great day.
See you.